When it comes to theory videos, I run into two common issues practically every single time I try to create one. The first is that I'm typically late to the game, no pun intended, such as when E3 happens to fall on a day when you will be working from like 4 AM to 11 PM and have been on that schedule for like a week and are kind of dead. The second is that, well, I'm just not that skilled in creating theories. My videos tend to be list and discussion/opinion videos, which I have no problem with this. I just hope that in the future I can better develop my theory making skills. I do have a few that I'm proud of here on this channel, but if I'm honest, they do leave a lot left to be desired. So what on earth is today's video? Well, it is a list video and a discussion video and an opinion video about other people's theory videos. How pathetic is that? Hey y'all, I'm a Geek Apprentice, and let me just say right off the bat, of course I will be making sure to credit the theory makers by putting links in the description below to every single theory video I have watched thus far, prior to making this video, of course. Most of these theories I won't be referencing just one particular theory video, and that is because a lot of different creators use the same points and made videos on the same exact topic. Again, that's why I'm just going to be linking all the videos I watched in preparation for this video in the description, so please check them out, they're amazing. And the list of creators is pretty long. I mean, you got Zeltic, Nintendo Black Crisis, Hylie and Luke, Game Over Jesse, Capt Bergerson, HMK, Mass Nintendo Bandit, who may or may not have recently commented on a video of mine and possibly caused me to spit water out of my mouth that I was drinking when I saw that. Fangirling much? I'm not sure. There's Hyrule Gamer, Monster Maze, Commonwealth Realm, and many more. But here's the thing, when it comes to these theories, not only am I genuinely impressed with the theories themselves, but also how quick their turnaround was, regardless if I believe the theory or not. I mean, yes, I do understand that for most of them this is their job, but hey, they're good at it. I mean, the teaser trailer came out Tuesday, and some of these videos came out Wednesday and Thursday, some of them that night. So, wow. Mad props. And like I said, you know, to be fair, these are creators who specialize in this department of content creation and are some of my favorites, so that's not surprising. And thus, I want to emphasize again that these are not my original theories, but rather my viewpoint on them and opinion on them. I will allow myself just enough pride to say that a few of these I did at least conceptualize before seeing a full-length video on it, and it was more so I saw the video, saw more evidence, and thought, huh, I was wondering about that too, but you said it far more clearly than me, because I certainly did not go to the same lengths or depths that these talented people have. Real quick, perhaps I ought to clarify what I would describe as a theory. For the purpose of this video, theories are massive speculations we are making by processing and theorizing about what certain aspects of the trailer are hinting at. Not things that seem obvious, such as the fact that Link's possessed hand gives them upgraded Sheikah abilities. I do not count that as a theory, seeing as although we do not understand the full extent of it, at its base, we know that he has new and upgraded abilities due to whatever has happened with his hand. So for the purpose of this video, I am delving more into the realm of the skeptical. And with that, here are the top 5 theories I have seen surrounding Nintendo's latest teaser trailer to the sequel to Breath of the Wild. One of the first things I said upon viewing Zelda's incredible fall was that her being a playable character is now confirmed out of the question. However, I suppose that's not necessarily true, as I have seen several comments about this mechanic still being a viable option. Perhaps not entire videos, there are several references to things which I had not considered concerning Zelda's fall. The first is that this could easily be a tease. Game Over Jesse mentions this in one of his videos. After all, Nintendo did call it a teaser trailer, and that was not confirmed gameplay footage right there. And while it very well could be a real cutscene from the storyline of the game, we don't have full context as to why she is falling. Only thing we've got is that little snippet from the first trailer we got where we see the beginnings of her fall. It gives off the effect of a dream, or rather a nightmare. As some have pointed out, it has a similar vibe to the nightmare Link has about Zelda in Skyward Sword, a game which this one is closely connected to. The second is that Zelda may have the Sheikah Slate and may have figured out how to make it work for her just as she did in Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity. Not to mention she may have a better grip on her powers, though she did say that they seem to be dwindling at the end of the first game, and hence can not only find a way to save herself in this fall, but also perhaps find a way to persevere forward, possibly giving us an opportunity later in the game to play as her. Now, I am one of those who prefers the classic Link saves Zelda, and outside of Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity, don't want to play as her. That said, it's really not out of the realm of possibility. And I'm fine with this, as well as when I consider how good the first Breath of the Wild was and how much I trust the game's creators. It'll be fine, no matter what they choose. This one I have already stated in a previous video is too much and probably not the case, but many are theorizing that the Link we see falling in the sky and interacting with the sky world is not the hero of the wild, but rather an ancient Link, possibly the Link of 10,000 years ago we see on the tapestry, which bleeds into another theory I will be bringing up later. I just think this is too much of a jump. The Link we see throughout this trailer consistently has the messed up right arm, the one that in the first trailer we see get overtaken by the green hand, and in this trailer, malice and some green thing that is probably the green hand. Hence, the same Link, the hero of the wild. One could argue that when we see the green glowing nature on Link's arm in this teaser, that Link is in a different area with different clothes and thus someone else. But I mean, how many outfits did Link have in the first game? Also, the hair comment means zilch. Yeah, when you take hair out of a ponytail, it looks longer, go figure. It's far more likely that these new outfits are things we will acquire throughout the game just as we did in the first, and jumping to the conclusion that this is some ancient, different Link, though interesting, is quite a stretch. Probably just wishful thinking, but there does seem to be some evidence of the possibility of Loftwings making a return. The inherent connections to Skyward Sword, the way Link falls in that one cutscene, the fact that we will be traversing the skies. It's not totally out of the question, but that said, I really don't think this is happening. Loftwings are such a beautifully unique part of Skyward Sword that I just don't foresee them kind of tarnishing it by putting it in another game. In addition, we do see that Link has a different paraglider, one that perhaps will allow him ease of access to different updrafts without having to crouch down on land to use Revali's Gale, an ability he may not have anymore, nor any of the champions' abilities due to the fact that we do see their spirits disappear at the end of the first one. Sure, I suppose it is possible Loftwings could make a reappearance in this sequel, and as much as I would kind of like that, it remains heavy on the side of speculation. At this point, I don't believe it's possible to make a video about theories concerning the sequel to Breath of the Wild and the Zonai not be brought up. Now, at first, I thought this was kind of a stretch, especially given how much people have been theorizing about it from the first trailer, but from different videos and comments that I've seen, there does seem to be quite a bit of evidence to back up the idea that there will be more heavy involvement from the Zonai. And of course, tied in with the glimpses we saw in the first trailer, and it's not that far-fetched. For one thing, the pattern on Link's shoulder after getting this new arm bears some similarity to their art, if you will. Though it could just be an effect of what I believe is Sheikah tech considering what it does to his abilities. Although that does bring up the thought that the Zonai might be perhaps some super ancient form of the Sheikah tribe? I mean, they were pretty advanced. At another point in the trailer, Link has this dragon head weapon on his left hand which turns and breathes fire. You know what that dragon head looks like? Zonai structure. Then there's that tall, strange robot enemy with floating hands, which seems like a creation of the Sheikah, but also with the looks of the Zonai structures we've seen. Again, making me wonder if the two are connected. It really doesn't seem weird to me to come to that conclusion, which means I might be in the process of creating a theory that I'm sure someone else has already made, but if I haven't seen a video on it, I could feasibly make one myself. Maybe. Speaking of that robot enemy, notice the little pine cone light things on it? It's exactly like the one we see on one of the sky buildings, the kind we've never seen before. So if in fact the robot is tied to the Zonai, then without a doubt, so are these sky structures. Although I know so many are beyond tired of hearing about the Zonai, I do believe it's good that people are making videos about these connections because they are in fact there. And we'll find out soon enough whether they are right or not. And I kind of hope they're right because it seems to make sense to me. Zelda games love time travel and the concept of time in general. Look at the series' two strongest games. A Link to the Past, which gave us the Zelda formula and is the source of a lot of our music, is all about going to the past. And Ocarina of Time, which solidified the Zelda formula and its music, but in 3D, is literally centered around the mechanic of this magic ocarina which possessed time abilities and a Master Sword which takes you 7 years into the future or to the past because of the pedestal and all of the craziness of the story. Then you have Skyward Sword, Phantom Hourglass, Majora's Mask, and even Wind Waker has hints of it. Time is a big deal in Zelda, y'all. And as I alluded to earlier with the whole different Link theory, many are also theorizing that time travel mechanics will make a big return in this sequel. It would not be the first sequel to do so, seeing as Majora's Mask involves tons of time travel. And even though the mechanic is used a lot throughout the Zelda series, they always find a way to make it fresh and interesting, so I would totally be down for that. Frankly, even if, like me, you are not at all buying the ancient Link, new Link theory, the possibility of there being time travel is still wide open. While I don't think the evidence points to it super clearly or directly, I can't deny it's clever thinking. For one thing, many point out that when the castle rises, it's the only structure we see rising. Now this could easily be debunked because, well, maybe the castle is just the first thing to rise and the others come later, or the others were already there but they were so high we couldn't see them till now. And then there was also this other theory about it being like something with the sacred realm or whatever, but I don't. There's a video by Game Over Jesse coming out, or has already come out, not sure, that I'll link in the description, where we kind of go to that idea. Another thing to consider though is the combination of new but ancient looking structures on top of these sky masses. The ancient looking garb Link seems to acquire, and the fact that in the shots on top of these land masses where we can see Hyrule, the shrines aren't there, and they definitely should be visible. My only thing against this, however, is the fact that they could have just gone back in the ground with the towers. I mean, that's 100% possible. It's just not an automatic, ooh, different time period, but I can understand where people are coming from. Then there's that tiny sequence where we see the Sheikah ability of stasis seemingly upgraded to involve time reversal, as well as that drop of water, which is possibly in reverse. So that's a thing. Now this one is just me, but the creepy music we hear when Link clips through the Skyland, while extremely similar to what we heard at the end of the first trailer, has more of an ancient vibe to it this time. Zelda really likes to make hints with its music, so that for sure is not a stretch. Capt Bergerson actually pointed out in his analysis video how when you play a certain part of the trailer backwards, the music sounds like the Breath of the Wild theme. Nintendo's known for doing this, y'all. Zelda is full of sneaky musical geniuses. These could be stretches, but perhaps where Zelda falls, where we clip through that Skyland mass, maybe they're portals? I don't know. Though the thought of time travel is seeming more and more like a fair assessment to me, and I originally was not on board. It's ironic really, because when I first made this list, I thought time traveling was such a cheap and quick theory idea that everyone was jumping on. It was fine, but much like the ancient link theory, finding something where there's nothing. Which, okay, that's kind of what theories are at times. They're just for fun and to produce fun discussions even if we disagree. However, the more I look into this one, the more I wonder just how much truth it holds. I may be slowly getting on the bandwagon with this one. We'll see. Time will tell. No pun intended. That was not scripted. So that was my list of the top 5 theories I've seen surrounding this new teaser trailer for the sequel to Breath of the Wild. So what do you think of them? Are you totally on board? Against some? Let me know your thoughts and evidence in the comment section below. And while you're at it, consider joining the geekdom by subscribing as we slowly inch our way to possibly 10,000. Also, with it being summer, my work schedule is quite different, which means I have a lot more open time for streaming. So be sure to have the notification bell turned on if you are subscribed so you can see when those go live, because I'm kind of sporadic about it. I do a million different things. It could be Zelda games, it can be Mario games, Pokemon Snap, McToppler. I've done those recently. It could be Animal Crossing. I am going to be doing a live stream that's an update on my mom's island. If you haven't seen that video already, where my mom first started Animal Crossing New Horizons, though she had played the other previous Animal Crossing games, she contacted me and was like, hey, we should do an update video, and I convinced her to do it as a live stream. She won't be on video, but she'll be in chat, so be sure to stay tuned for that. That's going to be a lot of fun. And when I am not sick like I am right now, been sniffling and coughing all throughout this video, I had early signs of bronchitis, but caught it, praise God. Woo! I actually sometimes sing during stream, and right now I'm working towards a goal to where I will end up doing a total of 10 hours of Ring Fit Adventure. Not all in one sitting, but probably like 2 hours a stream, because for some reason I hate myself like that. Although I do like Ring Fit Adventure a lot. And you would think as a dancer I would be fine, but also it kills me. It'll be fun. So be sure to check out the stream so you can see what that goal is and see if you want to partake in it. Or just watch me be in misery. Or both. You could do both. My Sensi thing, Febreze thing just went off. And thank you so much to all of my patrons, especially those in the Hylian tiers such as Joking Batman and Code and Data. I am so grateful for y'all's support. And thank you to our newest patron, Nichols, for joining at the volunteer tribute tier. Yeah, if you would like to see how you can help the channel grow and get some really cool perks, just go to patreon.com/thegeekapprentice to see if it's something you'd be interested in. My favorite tier personally is the one with movie nights, because movie nights is a lot of fun. But anyway, that's all for today. Thank you for watching.